different from what it is now. That's Bob Arum remembering Ali. Sportsnet Ontario will have a tribute to Muhammad Ali at 3. The Blue Jays and Red Sox continue their series at Fenway. Marcus Stroman and Stephen Wright are the starters. The first pitch flies at 4:05. You can watch it on Sportsnet Ontario and listen on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. After a 2-day break, the Stanley Cup final picks back up in San Jose. The Penguins head into Game 3 with a 2-0 lead over the Sharks. San Jose will be without forward Thomas Hertl for Game 3. The puck drops at 8 on the CBC. Soren Keltson charges up the leaderboard at the PGA Tour's Memorial. Keltson shares the lead with Matt Kuchar and Brandon Steele at 12 under. The low Canadian is Adam Hadwin. He's 4 shots back. He's one of 2 Canadians in the field. Garbiñe Muguruza gets her first career Grand Slam title with a straight set 7-6, 6-4 win in the French Open final over world number 1 Serena Williams. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
On Tuesday evenings, Castelloma plays host to Symphony in the Gardens, featuring the Toronto Concert Orchestra, conducted by Maestro Carrie Stratton. And from June 20th on Monday evenings, Soul in the City takes the stage, starring Sean Jones. Castelloma After Dark. For more information, visit castelloma.ca.
680 News Time 117. Niger's defense minister says Boko Haram extremists attacked a military post near the country's border with Nigeria, killing at least 32 soldiers. Hundreds of Boko Haram fighters attacked the post last night, killing at least 30 Niger soldiers and 2 soldiers from Nigeria. The military reclaimed the post this morning. Dozens gathered today in Niger's capital to march against the violence in the region. U.S. President Barack Obama has cut the prison sentences for more than 40 drug offenders.
About half the people getting a reprieve from the White House are serving life sentences, but most are nonviolent offenders. White House officials point out that many of them would already have finished their sentences if their cases had come up when the current, less stringent sentencing guidelines are in place. The action Friday continues the president's push for clemency that is wrapped up in the final year of his administration. President Obama has commuted the sentences of nearly 350 inmates, more than the past 7 presidents combined. And the White House says the pace of commutation is expected to increase in his final year in office. Diane Kepley, Washington.
And advocates say the Supreme Court of Canada ruling on assisted death is about to become the law of the land. It looks certain the federal government will miss the court-imposed deadline to pass its new legislation. Senators have approved Bill C-14 in principle and sent it to a Senate committee. But after yesterday's vote, they adjourned until Tuesday, one day after the court-imposed deadline. That leaves a legal vacuum that experts say will be filled by the court's ruling. 680 News Time 119. Time to center traffic on the 9s, and here's Colin Desjardins.
Thanks, John. And this report is brought to you by Foodland. Well, we've got a closure. It's just east of Parry Sound. It's Highway 124, closed at 9 Mile Lake Road. That's in the McDougall area, closed for a crash investigation. So Highway 24 closed both ways at 9 Mile Lake Road, and that is for crash investigation. Now, if you're heading northbound on the 400, everything is looking good all the way up to the Barrie area. Just keep in mind there's no access to the westbound 407 from the northbound 400. The ramp is shut down, and that is for construction. If you're traveling on northbound Highway 12, volume is building through Beaverton, and again from Highway 48 to Cambridge and through Brecon. Eastbound 401, that looks good to 35-115, and it looks as though in the town of Brook College,
Shop Foodland and save up to 15 cents per liter on fuel at Shell. For full details, visit foodland.ca.
Hey, did you know that South Lake Regional Health Center has a world-renowned cardiac center?
Yes, and it's in Newmarket. I'm Dr. Zay Wolfart, and I am the physician leader of the Regional Cardiac Program. I'm proud to tell you that our cardiac team has transformed more than 100,000 lives using the newest and most innovative life-saving therapies in the country. To learn more, I would encourage you all to check out our website at iheartsouthlake.ca.
Envisioning today what the heart needs tomorrow.
The plan is simple. Make the playoffs and anything's possible. Clutch, claw, do what it takes. Get there. Every inch counts. Every battle hurts. And all for the Holy Grail. The granddaddy of all championships. Lord Stanley's mug. So it doesn't matter what team you cheer for, because it's about the cup. And who gets the lift? It's the Stanley Cup playoffs on Sportsnet, Hockey Night in Canada, and Rogers NHL Game Center Live. Don't miss a moment.
680 News Time 121. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Let's get the update from Christine Lengo.
This report is brought to you by Montana's. If you're on the eastbound 401, you'll find delays approaching Mississauga Road to Mavis, 427 to Weston in the Express, And it's busy from the Allen to Bathurst Express and collectors. Oh, this is pretty typical volume. Nothing unusual spotted. Westbound 401 slows approaching Victoria Park and the collectors, approaching Bayview to Avenue Road. Express and collectors is Lincoln in the Express to west of Dixon and approaching here Ontario to west of Mavis. On the westbound 407 from the 400 to Pine Valley, 3 right lanes are closed for construction. The ramp to Pine Valley is closed, and the ramps in between, that is 400 Weston and Pine Valley to westbound, for a limited time. Now with the extended forecast, here is meteorologist Brian Hill.
Okay, Christine, well, nice day for a summer fest. And tomorrow will be, a little damp, let's put it that way. Mixture of sun and cloud today, and we'll have an easterly wind, guaranteed high 26, a little cooler near the water. And then tonight, while your sleep showers and thunderstorms fire up, around 3 o'clock in the morning, they'll begin a low of 16. Then on Sunday, showers to start the day. Then cloudy midday, if you have travel, that's the time to do it. Late afternoon, some scattered off and on showers and thunderstorms pop back up. And we have this redevelopment, high 23. Monday, sunny skies start, but a slight risk of an afternoon shower in spots, and 23. Downtown at 680, we're holding steady at 24.
Passimet plan.
无限计划.
Walang limit na mga plan. Unlimited plan.
No matter how you say it, Chatter now lets you browse, talk, and text all you want. Visit your nearest Best Buy location for details. Ask about our new unlimited plans, including data from just $40 a month. Conditions apply. Chatter Mobile. Let's get going.
Coming up at 1:30, the latest on our top stories. Sports world is remembering the greatest. Muhammad Ali died last night in Phoenix at the age of 74. Ali shocked the world when at the age of 22 and still known as Cassius Clay, defeated world heavyweight champion Sonny Liston in 6 rounds. Ali's hometown of Louisville, Kentucky is holding a memorial today.
Location.
The furniture galleries were 60 seconds away from your weekend business report.
Lazy Boy is all about comfort, and they're having a huge sale this weekend. The potential conflict being that you do have to get over there pretty fast to get the deals, since the sale is for a limited time. So if the freight hurry in now challenges your concept of comfort, what can I tell you? Wear your sweats. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
During the weekend sale, save up to 50% off with Double Scratch and save. You got it. Save big with Double Scratch, but just till Sunday at 5. 7 GTA locations, including Newmarket and Kitchener.
Could you use $20,000? $30,000? How about $300,000? With a home equity loan from Capital Direct, the money you need, the money you could really use right now, is a simple phone call away. Compared to the banks these days, Capital Direct's lending criteria is not as strict. If you own property, Capital Direct can help. It's that simple. Call them today at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL. CapitalDirect.ca.
News time, 1:26. Time now for the weekend business report.
I'm Richard Detman. More motorists are looking to buy a convertible this summer. Here to talk about that is Autotrader.ca Senior Editor Jacob Black. What does your data tell us?
We've actually seen a 30% year-over-year increase in convertible searches. So it's normal for us as the sun comes out and the weather gets warmer to see a jump in people looking for convertibles. But this year it's been a particularly large jump.
New convertibles are becoming harder to find, what with the seemingly unstoppable tide of crossovers.
A lot of that movement into crossovers is coming at the expense of sedans, but people that want a sporty, fun car are still looking for convertibles. And it's also worth noting that within the convertibles that we're seeing people search for, some of them are also SUVs.
Is there a number one convertible that people are searching for?
The Ford Mustang is an iconic car. It's been around for a lot of years, and I think that convertible Mustang style is one that still resonates deeply with people.
What are your tips for buying a convertible? How does that differ from a regular car?
If it's got a soft top, as we call it, you want to take that car through the car wash and make sure that it's not leaking. If you have a hard top, a mechanical hard top roof, really raise it up and down. Take the time to use the power button and do that multiple times to make sure that that mechanical roof is working properly and doesn't catch, doesn't snag, and that all of those components are in the right place and working well. And you also need to check, obviously, because water damage is more risky and more likely in a convertible, especially a used one, to use your nose. Smell around. Does it smell like it's a little bit mildewy? Does it smell like Febreze? If it smelled like Febreze now, it might have smelled like mildew earlier.
That's Jacob Black with Autotrader.ca. In the Business Center, I'm Richard Detman.
Stay nice and warm and cozy when the cold wind blows. Don't forget to call A1.
I know Mac
mathematician, but I know a great equation for a comfortable home. It's simple. You take the GTA's trusted heating and air conditioning provider since 1967. You add Daikin's leading 12-year warranty, and you have your answer. A1 air conditioning and heating. Visit a1care.ca for details.
Don't forget to call A1. Efficient way to manage our expenses. Ooh, Concur. How can you capture invoices electronically and manage approvals from anywhere? Concur. By switching to Blank, we now have the tools that give us full visibility into our company cost savings, which helps the bottom line. Concur. Bob, you are the winner. You get tomorrow off.
But tomorrow's Saturday.
Deal's a deal, Bob.
Expense, travel, invoice. Learn more at concur.ca.
680 News Time 129. Time for
Road. Again, so Highway 124 closed both ways at 9 Mile Lake Road. That's in McDougall. Closed for a crash investigation. And the northbound 400, that is moving very well up to the Barrie area. And no problems on northbound Highway 11. With Cottage Country traffic on the 9th, I'm Colette Desjardins.
Life is full of changes. At BMO Wealth Management, they can help you turn change into opportunity. Learn more at bmo.com/wealth.
Let's have a look at the business travelers forecast for tomorrow. Overseas, partly cloudy and 24 degrees in London. Showers and 22 in Paris. Partly cloudy, 26 in Berlin. Michael Gibbons is the afternoon show editor. Brett Griffith, our audio editor. The News Watch never stops. 680 News live 24/7. It's 1:30.
Number one for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are Jack Rowe and Sarah Parrott. Good afternoon. It's Saturday, June 4th.
Good afternoon. 24 degrees in the sunshine in downtown Toronto. Here's what's making news this hour.
Boxing legend Muhammad Ali has died at age 74.
I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, I can't possibly be beat.
He had long suffered from Parkinson's disease and was hospitalized this week with respiratory problems. The city's latest shooting victim is a young boy. The 10-year-old is recovering in hospital after being shot in the shoulder in the East End.
There's a partial shutdown of the Blur Danforth line today with no service between St. George and Pace.
The fight against mosquitoes starts in your own backyard as they begin buzzing around at summer's arrival. In sports, Marcus Stroman gets the start for the Blue Jays as they continue their series with the Red Sox, and the sports world remembers the heavyweight champ. Sports at 45.
And coming up in business, the rise of the machines. More industries are being automated. We're looking at if the robots are coming to take our jobs.
Time for traffic and weather together on the one. Here's Christine Lango.
Thank you, Sarah. This report is brought to you by Kellogg Schulich Executive MBA. I'm still seeing delays on the major routes. Eastbound 401 is heavy approaching Mississauga Road to Mavis. Delays from the 427 to about Weston Road in the Express. And I'm having a look through Bathurst. It's slow in both the Express and the Collectors through that stretch. Westbound 401, delays approaching Victoria Park and the Collectors. It's also busy approaching Bayview to Avenue Road. Express and Collectors is Lincoln in the Express to west of Mavis. And from approaching here Ontario to west of Mavis. If you're traveling on the westbound 407, just be aware that from the from the 400 to Paso closed. If you're on the northbound Don Valley Parkway this hour, expect delays from approaching Eglinton to York Mills. Southbound 404 Don Valley is slow from Van Horn over the 401 down to Lawrence at this point. Westbound Gardner is trouble-free. Westbound QEW just punching up through Dixie, but then it's slow. Third line to Brand from Burlington Street to past Fruitland Road. Eastbound QE Gardner delays here Ontario to Dixie, east of the Humber Bridge to Dufferin, and southbound 410 is heavy from the 407 to Courtney Park. The world is your classroom with the Kellogg Schulich Executive MBA ranked best in Canada by the Financial Times of London and The Economist. Call 416-736-5486. Now with the latest forecast, here's meteorologist Brian Hill.
Christine, here's outlooks. Mixture sun and cloud. Guaranteed high 26. No major problems for us, but it changes tonight. Showers, a risk of thunderstorms while you sleep starting around 3 a.m. Sunday, showers early in the day, then cloudy midday, and late afternoon, some scattered off-and-on showers redevelop. High 23. Downtown is 680, 24, Pearson 25, east-southeasterly winds at 14. Today, our guaranteed high 26.
680 News Time 133. Takes a look at the life of a legend.
Muhammad Ali, born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., considered the greatest heavyweight in the history of boxing, was stripped of his boxing title. However, in 1971, his conviction was overturned, and he went on to win several historic matches in which he regained the titles he had been stripped of. Singer Harry Belafonte says with Ali, what you saw was exactly what you got.
It wasn't a facade. Deep down inside, what you saw in Muhammad Ali was really who he was. I loved him.
Lived a life so big and bold, it's hard to believe that any one man could do everything he did. could do all the things he became in the course of just one lifetime.
President Obama issued a statement today saying Muhammad Ali shook up the world and the world is better for it. We are all better for it.
680 News Time 1:35. We have breaking news from North York where there's been a stabbing near Finch and Weston Road. It happened about 12:30 this afternoon. One person has suffered minor stab wounds. There's no word on that person's identity or any possible suspect. Witnesses are being asked to come forward.
We have an update now on a 10-year-old boy who was rushed to hospital after a shooting in the East End. Sergeant Andy Kitchener says it appears the house was targeted.
Due to the nature of the act, it does appear that the address itself was targeted for one reason or another.
The shooting happened about midnight at the intersection of Blake and Boltby, that's near Gerrard and Pape. Paramedics say the boy was shot in the shoulder and his condition has been stabilized. The Major Crimes Unit's taken over the investigation. Anyone with information is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers.
Toronto police are also investigating two separate shootings in the city's west end. Officers were called to the Western Road Finch area about 6:30 yesterday evening. Emergency crews pronounced the victim dead on scene. Police say the victim's known to police and lived in the area. About an hour earlier, officers were called to the Bloor-Kipling.
Regular service is scheduled to resume tomorrow morning.
You'll need to plan ahead if you're heading into or out of downtown tomorrow. The Baysville Ride for Heart will have the Gardner and the DVP closed starting at 2 a.m. Spokesperson for the event, Alex Mayu, tells us what's in store.
We have 15,000 riders riding the DVP in Gardner, and new this year we have a run-walk presented by Aspirin, and that is expected to have 5,000 additional people.
Gardner Expressway will be off limits from the Humber Bridge to Carlaw, and the Parkway closed from the Gardner to the 401. The expressways are scheduled to reopen at 2 p.m.
A monument honoring 3 RCMP officers killed in a shooting rampage in Moncton, New Brunswick 2 years ago was unveiled today along the city's waterfront. The bronze monument features life-size statues of Constable Doug Larsh, Dave Ross, and Fabrice Gévaudan. The artist who created the piece says he worked with the wives of the officers to create a lasting testament to who they were as men, fathers, and law enforcement officers.
Well, the warm weather has created perfect growing conditions for mosquitoes. With some tips on keeping the buzzing bloodsuckers at bay, here's 680's Tom Ross.
Even if you do empty out your bird baths and kiddie pools, the fight against mosquitoes lasts all summer as their peak time is mid-July. How about your neighbors and create a mosquito-free buffer zone in the community?
You know, the mosquito that's most likely to bite you is the one that's living in your property, because if they don't have to travel far for a blood meal, they won't.
That's Tadek Sampson, a pesticide applicator and mosquito expert, who adds the insects rarely spread disease to humans, but do present problems to animals more frequently.
Well, the best thing that you can do is make sure you're vaccinating for dog heartworm, and then, of course, keeping your yard mosquito-free adds to that protection.
Also, always have bug spray and wear light-colored clothing during the summer.
It's their biggest showroom ever, and it's the perfect place to find your fireplace. Their beautifully designed and well-constructed fireplaces are manufactured right here in the GTA, and all Woodbridge gas fireplaces will operate safely during a power outage. Visit the new Woodbridge Fireplace Showroom at 1305 Fireside Drive in Mississauga, or their website at woodbridgefireplace.com.
Now the 680 News gas price update, and Pro predicts the price of gas will drop 1 cent at midnight to $1.08.9 a liter at most GTA stations. 680 News Time, 1:39. Now we've got country traffic on the 9. Here's Colette Desjardins.
Thanks, Sarah. And this report is brought to you by Summer Fresh. Just keep in mind, if you're going to be traveling up towards Parry Sound, it's actually east of Parry Sound. It's Highway 124 at 9 Mile Lake. Highway 124 is closed, all because of a crash investigation. Northbound 400 looks really good all the way up to the Barrie area. Haven't noticed any problems on Highway 11. That looks good as well if you're heading